Poof. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everybody, to today's stream. How we all doing today? How we feeling? Oh shit, my life is counting down. Wait, what were the buttons again? Parry. Damn, no secret here. That's fucked up.
Bleed, beast, and be forgotten!
Whoops.
Bleed, beast, and be forgotten!
Oh yeah, that's right. He does the long range suck in. Forgot about that. That's so sick. Off to a good start, dude. It can only go up from here. Straight into reading, huh? On the nature of paradox. We are among the gifted few who witness paradoxes. We do not reckon paradox a solitary blasphemy against causation, but an accumulating burden. Each manifestation leaves its own residue, imperceptibly altering the ground upon which the next must stand. The river endures as the known fulcrum. Since the hour of the last known paradox, certainties waver, and some who were once bound to a course now display will and volition. If a paradox assays fate, then the very foundations of time itself may already be failing. I will say though, the text in this game, reading it, it's like a full-blown exercise in English, because goddamn. Oh, okay. It's just the other way around. Oh my god, not again. Hey, what's down there? Now that I'm almost dying anyway, might as well go check it out. There's nothing there? That's fucked up. Does he one-shot everyone? That's kind of cool. Very Victus. Man, I'm kind of sore from physical therapy yesterday. I was like, I had surgery on my ankle, right? And I was like, well, I guess physiotherapy is gonna be like, you know, twisting your ankle a little bit, doing some small mobility exercises. Dude, she's making me do fucking like exercise. I mean, it's also the foot thingies, but man. Yesterday was like, I was like barely in the office, like in the office is the wrong word, in the training room, let's put it that way, with all the equipment. He's like, all right, stretch your calves. All right, I'll do that. And then right into it, boom, do like 40 lunges. Like, all right. And then she's like, okay, lay down. Crazy. You think I'm doing simple exercise, right? She's like, lay down. On your, like, push your shoulders into the ground. You're laying on your back, right? Push your shoulders into the ground and then push your legs up. So you're like doing a bridge, you know, like you're arcing your back, shoulders here, legs here, right? It's like, okay, so lift up, bridge, your feet are like this. Then while you're in that bridge position, lift yourself up on your toes, hold 5 seconds, go down, and then sit down. And then arc back up, feet like this, toes up, hold 5 seconds. It's like, do that 20 times. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. I'm sure, dude, I'm sure there's science there, right? Like, it's a specific trajectory for, you know, the type of surgery I had. But fuck me, dude. Like, it genuinely hurted more in like the, what's that called in English? Like the not your shins, but like higher, above your knee. What's that called in English? Your quads? Are those your quads? I don't know. My legs hurt more than my foot. Like, no joke. Just from, you know, not being used to exercise like that. I was there, yesterday I was there for like an hour and a half. Now, it wasn't an hour and a half full exercise. You know, like part of it is also like a sort of massage to like loosen, you know, like the muscles that are stuck, because that's the whole thing with recovering from a surgery. Your muscle get like weak and, you know, whatever. But part of it was massage, but also a lot of it was exercise. I'm still a little sore. Probably also explains why my next appointment is next week Tuesday. Nice long rest. I keep fucking... He's clunky, alright? Like, sure, I suck. I'll take that, you know. I'll accept that. But this guy, a clunky moving character. Like, slowish. I think that's the point, right? They want to make him come across like slow but strong. It's almost like unresponsive when you walk forward and you press the jump button, he doesn't immediately jump. Oh my god, there's water. Okay, we'll get there. Of course, the fire hits from... Restores the following with greater vitality. What the fuck? Why did he do it so late? Wait, how do I get back up? How do you get back up from there? Oh, I guess I already have it now. It does remember it. Double jump right above the water. That was close. I wish I could move the camera down. Do we think there's something down there? No. Fuck! I mean, you never know, right? Why did you stop in midair? What the fuck? Who put do music in my Legacy of Kain? I think the music is done by an artist named Cell Dweller, which I didn't know. I do know as an artist before I knew he did this game. So it's kind of cool that he got to do it. His vibe is like, I mean, he has two main bands. He has Cell Dweller, and I think they're both solo projects. One is Cell Dweller, that's like more of a metal electronic type thing, and he also has Scandroid, which is like more in the electronic / synthwave vibes. Anyway, I think because it's a different type of game, I don't mind the music being different, but like Legacy of Kain does have like a very specific sound to it. If they ever made like a proper like new Soul Reaver, whatever, I do hope they stay true to like the musical ambience and whatever. That goes it. I'm good. How are you? We're good. On the unruliness of time, the eyes of Nosgod no longer assume that record follows event forever. Certain entries arise beside the moment they recount, drawn forth by unseen eddies that compel recurrence. What is inscribed may herald its own ending, or answer echoes long faded. In Nosgod, time does not proceed, it is erased and rewritten. Where our words mirror events, we suspect not foresight but recurrence. In fairness, I think Cell Dweller has a decent musical style within the world of Nosgod, despite leading with the heavily electric guitar. Yeah. I mean, it's cool music, don't get me wrong. Because again, I like the artist already, like their original works. But yeah, Legacy of Kain is so peculiar when it comes to the sound. I do think it definitely fits this game. It's allowed to deviate a little bit. Nice timing. Perfect timing. You need to turn your mic up and the butt rock down. Dude, my mic is the same. I've been saying this game is loud as fuck. Does it save where I am? I can turn it down. Hold on. In OBS a little bit. I should turn it because I like having a fixed setup in my OBS and then just adjust it in the game, but I guess you're not allowed to go into the options from here. Hold on, hold on. Now it's in the green, should be a lot better. Until the music kicks in again. Now I already lost all my health by waiting. But we'll speed run this. Perfect execution. Of the Heart of Darkness. Actually, let me rechat a little bit because we were talking about ruining the lore. Yeah. Alalet. I am unsure. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. I'll just explain my feelings rather than like definitively put something out there. I don't mind new elements being introduced, right? This is a very old franchise, and if they ever want to continue, you know, something is gonna have to be added. They can't retell the same story over and over again. I get the idea. I get the idea. They've done this in the past in the franchise where it's like, these are the events, but actually someone's pulling the strings. But it's a little heavy-handed. It's also a little almost invalidating the events in a way. I don't know. Maybe it still goes somewhere. But for now, it's looking kinda like it's not the best way they could have handled it. Looking at the Legacy of Kain subreddit for a laugh. Man, they don't like this volume. They don't like this game, and the volume's a problem. Yeah. It should be better now, dude. Like, actually, I'm looking at the volume thing. It's like hard limiting. This fucker Cell Dweller made his music like, I'm just gonna put a limiter on my music and just let it ride it. Music is neat and all, but it's a little too hard for these. I mean, I like the music in general. It does... maybe... I don't know about Cell Dweller if he's done video game music before. I definitely noticed that it's very, you know, dynamic. Like, it's very loud, very silent sometimes. And usually, for the normal gameplay stuff, that's kind of not what you expect in a game. You kind of, at least volume-wise, you kind of expect something, you know, a little more consistent, normalized, if you will. Don't mind having new things introduced either, it's just the fact that they undermine established characters and rules in the process. So yeah. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's also hard because, again, I'm assuming, considering you're complaining about the lore, you probably love the old games, as do I, and it's always tough when not only are they touching the precious old lore in a way, right? Like, your initial reflex is always going to be like, whoa, 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 you know? So I try to be so sober, I try to be so like, okay, let's be open, let's be positive about this, let's see if it goes anywhere. But man, it's so heavy-handed. Yeah, it's like you say, it's like, hey, let's introduce something that's just gonna touch all the big events of the entire franchise, basically, and just put a layer to it that's not necessary, really. They could have apps like the whole thing of like, hey, actually, Raziel has a sister who's been trying to fuck him. Like, not literally, but like trying to mess with him throughout with the events and whatever. They could have done that on a way smaller scale, where it would still be an interesting story. Not everything in this franchise needs to be like this big world-defining event. An interesting new character story would have been perfectly fine for me as well, without having to alter all like the big events. Anyway, of the Heart of Darkness. The Heart of Darkness persists as a living denial. It was set into the slain nobleman's chest by the necromancer Mortanius, and by that covenant rose a fetid revenant, not healed, but reconstructed. We find further evidence that the heart's beat preserves what should decay, sustaining flesh and denying decay, as if frustrating the ministrations of time. So long as its grim rhythm pulses, death's authority in Nosgoth remains contested. Fuck, I'm gonna die. I was hoping it was gonna heal me or something. No! Checkpoint, please? Why is he not jumping? I'm mashing the jump button. What the actual fuck? Damn, all the way back here? Okay, it's not that far. Ooh, getting hot. Do I need to go back to collect it? I don't actually know. Let's do it anyway. I don't think you have to, but... Oh my god. Oh, that scared me. Dude, why does it do so much fucking damage? They're like actual death traps. Oh my god. Wait, I can just go up there, get the checkpoint, and then run back for the thing. Dude, grab the fucking ledge. What the hell is happening? Did they on purpose make that ledge ungrabbable? Just so you have to walk around? The flame wasn't even out yet. This game is wild. I guess I need to stop rushing into things. Whee! Oh, what the fuck? Strangely small range. Why can so can you just not jump after dodging? Is that it? Is that the whole reason I'm dying? What the fuck, dude?
Your darkness ends with my blade.
I guess you can jump. That's fucked. Okay, dude. What is... Am I missing something with these controls? I feel like the climbing thing barely works. Like it's just holding the directional button, right? See what? Like I'm just huh? What the fuck?
Your darkness ends with my blade.
I think I might have discovered what's happening. Yeah, I figured it out. I don't know if they've explained this. To be fair. Ooh.
Just a drop of water.
Just a drop of water.
Is anyone out there? No!
Can you Mega Man X wall jump your way up there? I don't think so. Oh! Okay, I guess it doesn't make sense. I thought I had it, the logic, and then it got flipped on me. What is... I'm not even like I said, I'm not struggling with the game. I'm struggling with the controls. Like, why is he not holding on?
Your darkness ends with my blade.
That Janka. Yeah, they're like, we need to match the gameplay to the new story and quality. Your life constantly ticking down seems miserable. It kinda is. I definitely don't like it. I'm not the type of gamer that likes rushing things in general. So this is just ass for me. Concerning the Lord of Vampires making, Kain's story does not trail events like myth or history. It presses upon the present like a brooding storm, born to inherit balance. He was murdered in thwart, and ignorance of that office raised by Mortanius into vampiric unlife. He strode a path of poison, masked as antidote. His journey ever cycles the pillars, and the choice he makes there stains every age. His refusal to restore balance is not an event, but a condition. In him, the question of duty versus survival remains unanswered, time after time, and the land continues to pay the cost. Maybe if they slow it down to like once every 5 seconds be better, but this is like every second. Oh, this is an old IP. How new was the studio that made this game? Because it's kind of amateur. I think it's... I'm not sure how new the studio is, but pretty sure they did mostly mobile games before. I'm not sure though. They're definitely not like a big studio or anything. I think it's just a bit undercooked. I think the bones are fine. What kind of bothers me the most is how sluggish your character controls. Like every button input, it just feels like everything is almost like input delay, but it's not, because it's like it does react the moment you push it, but like, I don't know, sluggish is the only word I can use to describe it. Oh, is this the way forward? Hold on, what was back here then? What? Another way forward? What the hell? Or not? What the fuck is this? Huh? Is there anything here? Huh? It's just a dead end with a save point? Why is there a save point at a dead end? See, this is what I mean. What kind of a jank? I'm just holding forward and mashing jump. And he's just like stuck in the wall. Fell for the trap checkpoint, pay 20 bucks. Damn. Wanna get the cooler skin? We gotta roll the triple S. SSR. I don't think it's gonna be long before gacha games or gacha mechanics are in fighting games. I'm fairly convinced. Especially now that Valve has legalized gambling again. Okay, what is happening? Why did he not die? He's standing in fire. Why the fuck is he not dying? I'm focused, boys. I'm focused. I'm locked in, as the kids say. I think they should have been in the whole time, to be honest. Use money to drive esports. I mean, not really. Like, gacha is staunchly anti-consumer. Oh, that's death. Nice. So, you know, I prefer not to have it, but I mean, it would obviously make so much fucking money. I guess depending on the fighting game. I think it would make some fighting games more of a monolith, because now people are gonna gacha gamble in it, making them like more entrenched, more like harder to leave a game because of the sunken cost. Ow. Amigo, that hurts, don't you know? Bam. If they're gonna do microtransactions, might as well use it to fuel competitive. Made your game big AF. But will they though? They might be like, but we can also just pocket the money. We can just pocket the money.
Be done with it.
Kill me and be done with it!
You could do like Capcom, right? Fuel the esports scene by charging money to watch the esports. Right? Isn't that smart? Making your World Tour Finals a pay-per-view? Isn't that a smart idea? Sure, nobody would complain about that. If wrestling can do it. I mean, is that still a thing? Because at least here in Belgium, and specifically if we're talking about WWE, it's just all on Netflix now. Like, you can just watch pay-per-views on Netflix. Which, I mean, I guess you pay for. Is this back? Oh, fuck.
Purge the night of this filth!
Bro, that's actually fucked up. They can take you fucking down like that. Whew. Double kill. Boom. Ah! I need a checkpoint. Why is he not? Ah, top secret, eh? Concerning the Reaver. The Reaver does not behave as a weapon should. It does not sever nor foin. Foin? The fuck is foin? It devours. It remembers and it binds. We record that Kain raised the blade against the Wraith. The Reaver shattered, yet what was released did not perish, but fastened itself to the Wraith as an incorporeal twin, inextricably bound. Thus, the Reaver persists as both instrument and prison. In every contradiction, the fate seems to require its edge. Foin took to rust. So you can say like, you know, yesterday I was foining my wife. I suppose. Foin your mom? Exactly, sounds kind of funny. I also imagine it with a British voice. Ha!
Your blood now.
I foined your mom last night. We foined all night long. On Tuesday, we foin. Road to Resurrection. Oh, I'm in a new stage now. I should be able to go back to the main menu. Fuck. Is it just the music that's loud? Okay, hold on. Let me set this back to the old setting in OBS. What do we do with the music? Like 60? It's all kind of loud. Maybe the voices. I don't know how... The music is loud in general. Let's do this. Let's do this. 60, 80, 100. Let's see what that does. Why do it in 100% when you can only adjust in increments of 10? I mean, I guess volume you'd always have to do as percentages, no matter the increments, because otherwise you have no like idea what that means. Like if they put it in decibels, people will not be able to understand, you know, or like any other measurement of volume. I think percentage is like, I guess what most people understand, even though it's vague as well. How loud is 100? Because clearly 100 in this game is louder than, you know, in another game. Slider that goes to 10, you don't need to percent. Well, yes and no. If, and that's only if, because we actually don't know. If 50% is half of the volume of 100%, then it makes sense, because then at the very least, like if it just says 5 to 10, you don't know if that means, is it half the volume, is it like half the decibels, like what's going on, whereas percentage implies it's proportional to each other, even though that's still vague because you don't know how loud 100 is exactly. So what is 50 even? But 5 to 10 would still be 50% of 100. Yes, but if they don't specifically put percentages, then those numbers don't necessarily mean that they are like in... What's the word I'm looking for? Like they might not necessarily be comparable. Like volume 5 does not necessarily mean it's half of the volume of volume 10. It might just be setting 5. Whereas putting it in percentages implies it is proportional to each other. I think that's the least of the issues with this game, to be honest. We're talking about problems. Anyway, vampire, embrace the sacred light of man. Reject the bitter darkness of thy heart. Thy thirst, not thy heart. Damn, I'm thinking of something else. Here rests the mighty hosts of Sarafan, who stood their ground against a vampire curse. Profit from their example, ancient foe. Turn your back on bloodlust and walk the path of righteousness that brings an end to woe.
In their arrogance, the Sarafan carved sermons for vampires on the walls of their crypt. Reject the bitter darkness of my thirst. Hear me, pathetic ghosts. An implacable enemy has come into your midst, and I shall defile every pretty sentiment you cling to in death.
Shelter within stone and shadows, slow the creeping hunger. Yet even here, water and fire remain. Tread carefully, for sanctuary is not salvation. Oh! I guess your health goes down because you're in sunlight. I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. It's kind of dumb as a gameplay thing. It's not fun. But I guess it makes sense. The fuck? How did I not put two and two together on that one yet? I hate that the wall grabbing is so inconsistent. It's like sometimes it just doesn't do it. Vampire, surrender yourself to Sarafan light. Tame your bloodlust with pillared fate. You pillared your mom last night? It's like a red pill, but in the old times. Pillared. But if you won't, then on this night, it shall be as Lord Mobius saith.
Another quaint bit of preaching. Deluded Sarafan fools. The last thing Lord Mobius said was for my ears, before I removed his head.
Got him. Ooh. On the Sarafan. The Sarafan Brotherhood was not born of cruelty, but of fear codified in righteousness. They named themselves Preservers of Order, and set their blades against the vampire horde, believing extinction a form of mercy. Yet their creed was shaped by whispered voices and contorted by designs they could not see. In seeking to purge corruption, they have instead served it. For pious obedience without understanding is easily manipulated. Easily, boys. Wow. What? Behold, the crypt of courageous hearts. Behold the ossuary of beloved bones. In vaults of valor we enter the names of those who embodied the Seraphim's fame.
More of this grotesque Sarafan poetry. This is not the ossuary of beloved bones. It is the womb of my kingdom come.
Now what? Here rests Menzidaya's scourge with the biters. I feel like I'm flipping between a million accents at this point. Who broke themselves upon his sword, captain of war, greatest of fighters, pure of heart and true of word.
He sounds like someone I might resurrect just for the pleasure of killing afresh.
Concerning prior marking, the eyes long marked as sepulture, however that's pronounced, as one that drew the regard of the Lord of Vampires, though he lay no claim upon it. Records note subtle incursions and abandoned intrusions, as though the tomb were tested and defenses held. His purpose cannot be gleaned, yet his patience suggested design rather than curiosity. Within stands an enchanted sentinel, a chained construct bound to the tomb, yet free to roam its halls. animated by rites the Seraphim reserved for their most venerated dead. It is not unreasonable to surmise that this warden accounts for the Lord's ability to press deeper. Should he now enter the sepulchre's depths, it would be by intent, not discovery. They really should have re-edited the narrator from the first one. I'm sure they would have loved to do that, but I think he passed away a while ago already. He was well in his 70s back in the day, so he also voiced the Elder God, so you know. I guess if we meet the Elder God in this game, it's going to be a different voice actor, which I don't know if they want to touch that. That was such a distinct voice. The vampires sought to destroy this world and breed an evil none could withstand, but fate foresaw a different option and fashioned a savior Sarafan. Honor these names and revere these bones. Raziel, Melchia, I don't know how to pronounce that. Rahab, Turel, Duma, and Zephon, cherished among us for destroying the monstrous Janos Audron.
Thanks to the boasting of some pathetic mason, I believe I have found the Sarafan corpses I will raise and repurpose. Some arcane construct left behind as a last desperate defender of the tomb.
Damn, he's strong. Oh, the sword hits me even if I just touch it? Is there any way to hit him other than this nonsense? That's silly, that's the only attack that works. So I just spam it? Get parried, bitch. Oh no. What's happening? And what a dumb fight. It's kind of stupid.
Revictus!
There it is. Revictus.
Here sleep the Seraphans.
Ooh, the weird 3D effect again. I kind of want them to make the whole game like this. Kind of looks sweet.
Blind to time's true face. A mongrel cur. Skulking through every shadow. Gnashing endlessly at the leash of its master, Mobius. But you, Inquisitors, I offer deliverance. Raziel, I will conjure your spirit back from the void that harbors it, and your name will scour the tongues of mortals, spoken only in fear. You will be my firstborn. Steel yourself as I rend you from the womb of death.
Quick time event? Oh.
Brother in wrath, brother in thirst, I submit my flesh to your sting. Bite to the quick now, and discover the rich wellspring within me. Now to collect my bounty, a flow of rubies in a bejeweled cup. My blood, suffused with ancient power, awakens the dead and binds them to my will. I resurrect you with this vampiric gift and baptize you in the essence of my very soul. Rise, Raziel, my firstborn. Rise and serve.
Damn, blow him some sweet nothings, eh?
Centuries slipped by, and my lord's empire decayed. My brothers and I remained loyal to Kain, even as Nosgoth withered beneath his corruption. This is the keep of Raziel, first lieutenant of Emperor Kain. Why have you trespassed here, vampire?
I am Alalith. Look upon my face.
Oh boy.
Do you find no sense of the familiar? No memory of our shared blood?
What blood could I share with you? I am a son of Kain.
You have been fathered many times over, Raziel. Kain sired you from ash and dust. Is there no recollection of what came before?
A millennium passed. Its echoes hold no meaning for me.
What if I could reveal the secrets of those years, and lay them bare like they were only yesterday? Will you look upon the face of your human father? Our human father?
I have no sister vampire, only brothers.
This amulet partakes in Hilden magic. It shows truths, Raziel.
A pretty trinket, charlatan. But I will look. My eyes never turn from amusement.
Our hearts were light, Raziel. innocence is a paradoxical
Another different
weight,
art style,
a
alright.
heaviness realized only after it is gone. Admit you recognize yourself.
I do. But who is the other boy?
Matthias, whom we cherished as a second brother. He would become my world. See yourself as the kind and nurturing boy you were, Raziel. That raven, is it familiar to you?
I take little notice of winged creatures.
Perhaps awareness will make you more observant. You found the injured raven in the woods and pledged to see it fly again. Your devotion was rewarded. The raven healed and took flight. For 3 days, you lingered, expecting it to return. Callously, I mocked your expectation. But then... your faith was rewarded. The raven returned to you, bearing this gift. Unknown to either of us at the time, this was no mere bird. It has always been present in our lives, always watching, and sometimes leading. It is the minion of Kain Ascendance. One evening, years later, Kain and a tribe of vampires descended upon our village. You and Matthias were so valiant in our defense. We were separated. I found Matthias wounded, with a hideous creature crouched over him. It was ancient beyond reckoning, driven by a primordial hunger, and cursed with a touch that unmade flesh and soul alike. The change came upon him in an instant, but he was dying. I drew my blade, split my own palm, and offered the blood to his lips. That is how you found us. Without questioning, without hearing my pleas, you slew Matthias and decapitated my right hand, as one would cut out envenomed flesh
What is
to
this
stop
art?
the spread
Look
of
at Kain.
infection.
Look at Raziel.
I see it did not work.
What is this?
Quite the opposite, brother. It sped a far more lethal venom into my heart. A pure hatred of you, as our paths seemed to fork in a manner that could never reconverge. But I've learned time insists on circles, even when the mind apprehends only straight lines. Though you maimed me, my transformation was not stymied. As the vampiric alteration came over me, the raven guided me to a place unshackled by time. The misty woods of Kain Ascendance, a being part human and part Hilden, whose human soul suffered torment in the demon realm. I agreed to rescue his soul, but not before achieving my goal of restoring Matthias. Through Hilden's sorcery, Kai fashioned me a new right hand for my quest. And something even more precious.
What?
I will reveal it when you are ready.
Then tell me, sister, what was my path?
You became a Sarafan Inquisitor.
Ha! Such an absurd falsehood.
See for yourself, brother. Do you recognize those faces?
Turel. Dumas. Melchiah. Impossible. Kain would not cull his greatest lieutenants from his fiercest adversaries.
The thought wasn't his. Someone led him to it.
Led by you? Kain would never embrace such delusions.
Perhaps it is the presence of Hilden magic, but I found I have powers of persuasion. Before I sought Kain, I turned to Mobius. My plea fell on deaf ears. He cursed me to drift in the stream of time, never knowing when or where I would emerge next. Only Kai's Wood offered refuge, though even it is a
Kai's
cursed
Wood?
place forsaken by time.
Yo!
Time itself became my adversary. And yet, I pressed on, and Kaisetsik aided me as best he could. Denied by Mobius, I pursued Kain,
Damn, is this the whole
seeking
lore
the
dump?
truths of a temporal paradox. In return, I revealed the hidden crypt of the Sarafan, the tomb where you and the other Inquisitors rested in silence. I spoke of your worth, of the lieutenants you could become. In that act, I shaped your rebirth. In a way, I am both your sister and your mother.
You did all of this to humiliate a memory?
I learned that only one relic, the Heart of Darkness, holds the power to restore life to a vampire. To Matthias. Janos Audron guarded it. Look upon yourself, brother. Witness the darkest stain upon your soul. You slew Janos Audron and took the heart. Now, you must give it to me. With it, I shall confront Kain once more and force him to create a paradox. Then, I shall wield the heart myself and bring Matthias back from the grave.
Right, let me actually do break time. Now that we're here. Poof, let's go. Alright, you know the drill by now. Give me 5-ish. And I'll be right back. Alright, poof. Bike in action.
Water! Just a drop of water! No!
Now.
No, you have the heart of darkness, Raziel. After everything I've shown you, how dare you keep it from me?
Easy. Dulls blood hunger and delays the drain. Ooh, here we go. So now it goes slower. That's a good buff. Holy shit. Kind of late in the game, you get it, but... The realm adjacent, the demon realm, is no distant inferno, but a plane pressed hard against Nosgoth, held apart by barriers now grown frail. It is the dominion of demons and the prison of the Hilden. Therein time unravels and form decays, gnawing at identity itself. That the Hilden yet exert influence from this prison bespeaks not of their dominion, but a realm straining ceaselessly against its bonds. Okay, the blood draining is still fast though. Like, it's not like it's stopped, you know?
Kill me. And be...
We're just going back outside. This is where we started.
By the pillars. Wings.
Behold, the other gift of Hilden magic. The amulet and its magic have always been yours. I have merely been their keeper these many centuries. Consult the amulet. It has borne witness to our lives.
If she's also going to be the reason he gets wings,
What resolution
that would
do
be
you
dumb.
truly seek?
There is no end, brother. Only beginnings. The same change that dawned upon me is coming to you. When it does, I will find you and see if you emerge more amenable to my needs. And at last bring me the heart of darkness.
Stop! I command you!
oh,
I could not hear or see. All was black. I had only the amulet's visions for company, and memories that were not my memories at all.
so his wings are Hilden magic now? That's kind of silly. Oh? Oh, I guess you can, on vampires. Vampires not born, they are sired, and the condition they glory was first laid in a curse in the Elder War, when Hilden inflicted the so-called Dark Gift upon the ancient race. Immortality proved a crueler wound, and severed it for it severed them from the lawful passage of souls, and left them barren and unfecunded. Each vampire, the end of its own line. Sustained thereafter by blood and endurance, they spread their blood curse like the disease it was, creating rivals and quislings and degenerate monsters. In their desperation, the ancients did not let their curse perish with them, but passed it onward into mankind, that their kind might persist in altered lineage. Thus, vampirism endures as inheritance and consequence alike, a power that preserves and a violation that stains whatever it claims. Yeah, right. God damn it, that's such a fucked up... Dude, what is this? Huh? Wait, what? Wait, what? Am I missing something? Is this like Flappy Bird? But the second you wait a little bit with flapping, it just crashes down. Yeah, look, dude, that's fucked up. You just die. Okay, so no hitting, just dodging. That's the way to go. Just dodging. Why are they killing themselves? What the f- What is happening? mashing jump button and he's not flying. You have to press it well in advance. There's like a... And it's not input lag, it's just like everything reacts so slow, I feel like. Like every movement you can do, there's like a weight to it. But like in a bad way. Jesus. I also don't understand how you can see which like torches on the map are gonna hit you when you run past them and which ones are like a background element. See, why is that one hitting me? That's so weird. Is that not a background element? On the Hilden. The Hilden are an elder race, ancient and dread rivals to the first vampires. When the pillars were raised, the Hilden were not destroyed but banished from Nothgoth and bound to exile beyond it. Yet exile did not still their will. From confinement, Hilden endure as a lurking presence, patiently testing their bonds for weakness, their foes for complacency. They will return if the pillars fail. Oh my god! That's crazy. That's an insane jump. How the fuck, dude? You can go up. Like, you can't mash this fast enough, ever. That... Oh. Dude, these cannons are ass. Sure, why not? He stopped moving. What the fuck? My forward button just stopped working. Very cool. Game's definitely getting a lot harder, but I'm not sure if it's intended. Like it's harder in all the frustrating ways. Like I'm kind of going crazy with like the stupid torches. Like some of them hurt you, some of them don't. There's no indication of whether it's gonna. It's like so annoying. No clear language in the visuals, if you will. And why can I not destroy these cannons? That's also kind of stupid. Like, how are you supposed to actually deal with, like, actually, what were they thinking when designing that? They're like, yeah, and the one pixel you can land on. Let's put a cannon that auto-aims at you. Like, how do you even dodge it? You can't block in the air, so you can't parry it. The flying's fucking ass. See, why does that one hurt me? That doesn't even make sense. Why wouldn't he walk past it? Like, why is Raziel that dumb? Why? He stopped flying! What the fuck? Like, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna. This kind of seems like the one and done type of game. But I do hope they go back in and make the controls a little bit more responsive. Because this is just ass at times. Like, it's so frustrating just to control your character. Like, it's not even about the difficulty of the game. It's just like you feel ill-equipped to do any of the things they're asking of you. Eases the lore toll of sustained ascent. Oh, you can fly better? Is that what that means? Now what? I'm very over the cannons. It's so annoying. Perfect aim, of course. The mutable conduit. Among the aberrancies attributed to Hilden acts, we have recorded a figure recurring in manifold guises, avian among them, wherein transformation and deception are indistinct. Such accords with an arcane art that revises flesh as readily as pen revises script. Those altered thusly may serve as conduits, reshaped to contain a will not entirely their own. This figure appears bound to the reclusive master of the Mistborn Forest, serving alternatively as herald and sentinel, exerting Hilden influence beyond its center. Whether this link is bondage, communion, or sheer genesis remains uncertain. Its obedience, however, is without question. They're basically saying the sister isn't doing shit. It's that Hilden guy, he's pulling the strings. Ah! That is fucked up. That did not need to be there. Unbelievable, the projectile just keeps going. No chill. Drink up. Nothing? Oh. I always check, you never know. This game has a lot of secrets like that. Hey. So because they react so slow, like to your button press, like the sluggishness of it, like if I want to drop and catch one of these, I have to press so far in advance. It's kind of a gamble if you're gonna get it or not. And if you wait a little too long, your little toe is gonna hit the water and you instantly die. Dude, what the? I was just stun locked. I definitely feel like we've gotten to the point of the game where they're just like, let's just throw everything in the kitchen sink at them. Regardless whether it's fun or balanced, let's just do all of the things. Suck it when I'm mashing the button. If I'm mashing the button, you need to do the thing that I'm mashing. It is that simple, game devs. When a button is pushed, perform the action of said button. How can they still get this wrong? Dude, see, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. Oh, because the second one of those cannonballs hit you, it deletes all your inputs. Like, your character just gets stunned, and it's over. There's nothing you can do anymore. You just fall down. So the little bridges that break here are super fucked with the cannons. And they obviously know. Because why else would it be here? Man. Still not done. It's a long one.
Greetings, brother. Your new wings become you. A word of counsel. Do not speak of them to Kain. He is a master, not a mentor. He tempers his lieutenants like iron, forging servants, not successors. Now, tell me, did you bring me the Heart of Darkness?
The heart is a relic lost to time, sister. Why do you believe I possess it?
I believe you can obtain it. After all, you owe me at least one kindness.
I owe you nothing.
Don't be foolish. You now understand why you earned my malice, and you must atone.
While I was reborn within that cocoon, your sins were laid bare too. You have slain the innocent as well, Alelith. Their blood cries out for the same retribution you would inflict upon me.
The door to our past has opened, and it will not close. You will recall the location of the Heart of Darkness, and you will deliver it to me.
You demand what I cannot give.
Trust the amulet to reclaim memories from your Sarafan days. Without question, you took the heart. It is only a matter of uncovering what you did with it.
Doesn't Mobius have it? How many chapters are there?
I return to find you in deep consultation with the past. Perhaps now you're ready to help me?
I do not know yet whether to trust you.
Then trust the amulet. What did it show you doing with the Heart of Darkness?
As I've told you before, I do not have it.
That is not what I...
It showed my Sarafan self surrendering the heart to Mobius. He is dead, as you well know. And with him, the heart is lost. I can offer no more. I've indulged this distraction long enough. My obligations lie elsewhere.
With Kain? You still choose the blood of Kain over the blood of kin?
Kain would welcome your allegiance. Our shared purpose would be a balm for your lonesomeness.
Have you forgotten who slaughtered our parents?
Yet, you've never spoken of saving them. Only Matthias.
Father loved only you. His son, his firstborn, his heir. Matthias was my world, and you shattered it the moment you killed him. Every misfortune in my life, Raziel, is because of you!
Is vengeance all that remains in you?
No. but it's...
Ooh. Easy
Quit
first try.
clutching at Phantom, sister. Embrace the present. Embrace Kain and the...
You are Kain's firstborn, just as you were firstborn in Thornlatch. Should I go on still clinging to your shadow?
With your wings, you'll cast your own.
And now, you too possess wings. They are no coincidence. I counseled you to keep them a secret from your master, but I spoke out of envy. Your wings are a gift. Imagine how high Kain's esteem could raise you.
Why do you say that?
Because when Kain beheld my wings, he treated them with reverence. I knew that if he found the same wings on his firstborn, his esteem for you would be unparalleled. I grew embittered. But you have bested me, Raziel. I have
And
no
it's-
reason to lie to you.
It really is just
Go
bad.
to him, Raziel.
Like,
Let
just
Kain
every
behold the power
major
of your
thing
wings.
that happens
Show
in the
him,
previous
Raziel.
games, they're like, well, actually,
Let him
she
witness
said
your
he should do it.
ascendance.
She said Kain need to raise the Seraphim. She said, show your wings. She gave him the wings. Like,
Goodbye, sister.
it's too much. You know, they could have just had her, like, be involved with one of those things, and then it would have been like, oh, okay. But the fact that she's influencing, like, all these major points from the previous lore,
Kain
it's
will
kind
see
of,
what I have become.
it's insane. It's
and
stupid.
it shall be
It
the
really
most
is just stupid.
defining-
Of the chronoplast and its dominion. The chronoplast remains a place where time confesses its vulnerability. Within its devices, passage is made not only through distance, but through ages, and a traveler is tempted to mistake movement for mastery, yet the visions yielded from its ichor, and gears breathe fatalism as readily as hope, and those who step within its influence can become thrall to the outcomes they seek to escape. We record it as the grandest of time. We record it as the grandest of time streaming works. The most perilous, for it invites men to treat conscience as a tool, consequence as a tool, rather.
Water. Just a drop.
Nom nom nom.
Kill me.
From the sky, let his bones Feed Nosgoth.
Damn, that was a loud voice. Is this the way forward? It very much feels so. It feels like I skipped like a million things.
Please.
Or maybe not. It just looked like there was going to be stuff on this side. But there's not. Okay. Damn it. Not once they've done that.
Burn and be forgotten! You are not what carrion on the wing!
Oh, wow.
Burn and be forgotten!
There's nothing. Oh no. Whoa! Wait, there is something.
Burn and be forgotten!
Did they just put a platform here for no reason? Cool. And you can't even get up from there? That's so fucked. That is diabolical.
Burn and be forgotten! wing.
Kill me.
What the fuck? Oh, they explode on death? I didn't know that.
Forgotten! You are not what carrion on the wing!
Please, don't leave me here. Is anyone out there? No!
Hey. Unyielding. Wait, I got all of them? And then we die. Okay, so it's just the one thing down there. Full heal, let's go. Why did he? That didn't even make sense. I'm gonna play it safe because it's been so long since I had a checkpoint. I don't want to do the whole thing again. But now that we have it, might as well go see if there's any secrets down here. I guess not. Nothing?
Leech of the clouds, your fight shall end in thunders! You will crawl once more, broken and burned.
Phoo-wee. Aha, more text. On a change foreseen, the eyes maintain that certain evolutions fulfill trajectories already inscribed, rather than emerging from circumstance. Chief among these is the premature ascension of the firstborn, preserved in fragmentary prophecy as a necessary deviation, a growth inviting correction by its very untimeliness. This emergence was not accident but convergence, inevitable meeting constraint. The exile that followed did not negate the ascent, it confirmed it. Notably, a winged interloper appeared at this junction, not as cause, but as one who anticipated fulfillment and arrived when fate itself stood ready. Not as cause. So, like in text form, they're like, well, technically she didn't cause it, even though she implied that he should do it. Come on. Wait, what do you do there? It's all fire. Like, yeah, you made the wrong jump. You deserve to die now. Is this where I'm supposed to be? What is this, dude? I'm struggling to see the point of going to that dude. I'm assuming there's like a trophy or something to kill all enemies. Because why else would you even bother going there? And that's the end, alright? A new kind of reward. Ooh, what anime?
Ezreal, let Kain behold the power of your wings.
The sanctuary of the clans, seat of my lord's power. Lilith preyed on my pride. As she wished, Kain sundered my flesh. My envious brothers lust for my downfall. They will learn I am not yet defeated.
That's not how it goes.
Nothing ever satisfied you, brother. Not your position, not our loyalty. The price of your greed will be steep.
So often I looked at you in envy, Raziel. Now I see I admired a fool.
Nothing ever satisfied you, brother. Not your position, not our loyalty. The price of your greed will be steep.
So often I looked at you in envy, Raziel. Now I see I admired a fool. I will make your broken wings the new sigil of my clan, that they never forget how pride poisons virtue.
Was it not enough to be the first among Kain's select? You thought to soar above us. But the noble vampire is now little more than a broken bird.
For 1,000 years, I watched you bask in Kain's...
Parry simulator.
Nothing ever satisfied you, brother. Not your position, not our loyalty. The price of your greed will be steep.
So often I looked at you in envy, Raziel. Now I see I admired a fool. I will make your broken wings the new sigil of my clan, that they never forget how pride poisons virtue.
Was it not enough to be the first among Kain's select? You thought to soar above us. But the noble vampire is now little more than a broken bird.
For 1,000 years, I watched you bask in Kain's esteem. Your fall brings me great joy, brother. Enough of this!
Cast him in.
Lilith's betrayal condemned me to an eternity of agony.
Cast him in.
The amulet.
Cast
Keep
him.
my memory safe, flighty brother.
Unfinished business flees on the horizon.
Raven, you've returned with the amulet. What does this mean? What's become of my... Kain?
Greetings.
I gave this to Raziel.
I care nothing for trinkets, only our bargain.
What did you do to my brother?
Only what you knew I would do. I have delivered you the vengeance you were too weak to take yourself.
I'll show you weakness! From the moment I first laid eyes on you in Thornlatch, I knew what you were. The monster who painted my home in blood and left my brother and I orphaned. I have hated you ever since!
Thornlatch. Then that is where it must begin. Curious how fate whispers through your bitterness. You speak of a past I have yet to make, and yet here you stand, shaped by it. Perhaps that night was not cruelty, but necessity, a genesis yet to be forged. If hatred brought you to this moment, then perhaps it was always meant to. Not as a victim, but as an instrument of my will. You pledged to show me weakness. Thank you for the demonstration.
Damn. Just like that, huh? Oh.
Time fractures anew. I've seen this before. But why now?
You stand on the threshold of new awareness and purpose, child.
Where is Kain? What happened?
Kain killed you. Yet even now he fears a defeat he cannot comprehend. To provoke dread in Kain is a rare thing, Lady of Thornlatch.
What are you implying?
When Kain drove the Reaver through you, he unwittingly gave you the very thing you have sought for so long.
A paradox?
Yes, you feel it, don't you?
Memories that should not exist press against my mind, as if they have always been mine. History bends, and yet Matthias's fate remains unchanged.
Just as I warned you, time is a fickle, ungovernable force. Time bows to no will, it yields to no master. You cannot rewrite the past to suit your desires. The future, though, is yours to shape.
I have squandered so much time, Kai. And Raziel, I doomed him.
Raziel's destiny has not yet run its course. At last you are ready to become what I made you to be. Kain killed you, but today the dead shall rise.
Alright, definitely feels like they want to do more with this character. But also what they could do, if people really, like if they can fix this story, if you will. They did end it on, ooh, you've created a time paradox, blah blah blah. They could absolutely chalk up the events that she's involved with as like an alternate version of time, where she sets all the things in motions, whereas in like the main timeline they happened as they did in the original games. They could do it that way if they really want to be like, hey, this is more like an alternate thing, you know, since you guys don't like it. They have an out. If they want to, they have an out. They kind of should consider that. I feel like, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, here's a new character, and, you know, like, there is a whole thing in Legacy of Kain with the Haydn, specifically in like Blood Omen 2, which that entire game is an alternate timeline. It's not like the real timeline events. So they've done this before. They've done the alternate timeline events in a game before. And it's definitely one of those things they could play on with, like, hey, the Haydn did this again. Alternate timeline bullshit. What else? There are options to fix this if you want.
You! The creature who cursed Matthias! You and the Raven are one and the same?
Yes, Lady of Thornlatch. I am foodless. But know this, I did not curse your beloved. When I found him those many centuries ago, I aided him the only way I could.
Is it more of your feeble age you dare to offer me now?
I am here only to bid you farewell. We both serve Kain Ascendance, but you have become our master's greatest instrument. Now, you must tread where I cannot follow.
The Demon Realm.
Yes.
How do I cross the threshold?
Your Hilden hand. It is the key. It will summon the gate's surrender.
Then we part ways.
May fate favor you, Lady of Thornlatch.
Demon Realm DLC. Oh. CEOs of the developers, Clayton, which is Celldweller, the name. I mean, it's the name of the person behind the music, so it's his studio. Or is it Freak Zone Games? Who is the actual developer? Co-owners, Clayton. What? I'm afraid we might have turned the music down a little too much. Unskippable? What time is it? What year are we in? I'm gonna give this one a soft 6 out of 10. I enjoyed the gameplay, but it definitely wasn't like... I think the thing that bothered me the most was just the unresponsiveness of the characters. They all just felt so sluggish, but in a bad way. Not like, you know, like, oh, this is a big and strong character. It's like they just all felt like you were not in control. I think if they would fix that, the game will play so much more pleasant. I can't even imagine playing this on hard or nightmare or whatever they have, because that just sounds like hell. Story-wise, I don't know. I feel like the problem is they've set this course because there's this game, but there's also a comic book which came before this game, which sets this lore emotion with like the sister and stuff. So it feels like they're kind of committed to, you know, use, like they clearly have that story planned out, and like at this point it might be a cop-out. I really hope they're like, well, that's because a paradox is being created at the end of this game. They really should just be like, alternate timeline. That happened in an alternate timeline to create her as like this strong warrior for what's his face, go fight in the demon realm, presumably to free the Hilden. That might be a little bit of a cop-out, but that would honestly be a more interesting way to fix it. To just be like, okay, there is Raziel's sister. You know, there are these early events of like, you know, Matthias and Raziel killed him and blah blah. Like all that shit can still be true. But then all the events of like she becomes a vampire and she starts like setting the classic lore events in motion, like she's the orchestrator in a way. They just need to be like, that was an alternate timeline that got split off at the moment the paradox got created at the end of this game.
Raziel, you are worthy.
Raziel. Alright, cool. Okay, I like that they list all the collectibles. At least if you want to find everything, you know where to find it now. That's good. You can just replay each stage, and I'm gonna assume if I pick a stage, no difficulty setting, huh? That's, you would think, or maybe you need to start it, or maybe you can just do it here. Yeah, Nightmare, for example. Can I then do it in Nightmare? I suppose so. Story. All right, that was that. It's a very weird feeling. As in, there's a part of me that's happy. There's a new Legacy of Kain, franchise I've long loved. But clearly it's not done with the same reverence that the old developers had for it. So it's like a bit of a, it's like a double-edged sword, the monkey's paw situation. We get more, but in what fashion? I think it's salvageable, but they will have to be willing to be like, we fucked up with this story, and we'll just use timeline shenanigans to fix this. That's kind of the only out they have, and I really hope they don't double down, because like it's not just a couple of people are upset about this and are whiny and whatever. It's like seemingly the majority of fans are like, well, it sucks. Because as you see in this game, not just once, but with multiple very important parts in the original lore, they now come in with this new character and they're like, hey, she actually set this in motion. Which in turn actually means this Hilden dude is setting this all in motion, even though all of those events were already set in motion by other entities supposedly in the original lore. So it's like, it's too much. If one of them was like, well, she gave one push, but it's like, oh no, she pushed Kain to go to the thing, and she gave Raziel wings, and then she also set this show him off, and it's like, it's too much, it's stupid, it's like hand-fisting this new character as like super essential to the lore, I guess, which she's not at this point. She shouldn't be. Just decanonize it. Again, I think the only way they can, because I don't mind the new character. I don't mind that there is a new character. It makes sense. They're gonna have to create new characters because those voice actors are gonna fucking die between now and whatever, right? They're all in their 70s or 80s, right? Can't keep going with Kain and Raziel and whatever. So I think the best way, if you want to keep this character, if you want to keep some of whatever you have planned in the future, like, I don't think it's a bad thing that there's a Hilden, the Kai Kets or whatever his name is. I don't think that's a bad thing that there's a Hilden trying to release the Hilden out of the demon realm, which is where they're trapped, which is why the whole pillars exist. That's the whole thing there. I don't think it's a bad idea that he's using someone or creating someone to be powerful enough to do that. I just think the easiest way to fix this, to me, is like the events of this game, because at the end, the paradox is created, which for whatever reason needs to happen, I guess, in this game. You know, like, oh, the paradox has created, now she's free from shackles. I don't really understand why the paradox need to happen for her to go into the demon realm or for her to become powerful or whatever. That doesn't make that much sense to me. But for whatever reason, it happens, and just be like, hey, the paradox is in the original timeline, this just wouldn't have happened. And now you exist as like a powerful being, being able to take on the demon realm, and all it took was for you to take an alternate history path and then split it off from the main timeline. So it happened, but only for her, only to make her stronger, and then we can forget about it. It was her personal fever dream, you know, the what's it called again in Dragon Ball Z? The hyperbolic time chamber. That's basically what it was. That's how you fix it. Like, hey, you thought you were super important to the lore and whatever. Nope, that was just your personal training journey. Different timeline. But now we can move on with you as a powerful character. That, I feel like, is a way you can still use the character, use the setup you've built with this game, with like the Hilden and blah blah blah, without completely pissing and shitting on the old lore. Or kill her off in the demon realm and do something new. Who cares? I don't know. Again, I think there's ways to fix this, but that also means that this new character they've created and put so much stock into, like, she's clearly the new lead of a comic book, of a new game. They're trying to heavily involve her in the original lore in the most ham-fisted shitty way, but the intent is there. The intent is clear. They want to make a new super important character, and all they have to do to fix it is let go of the idea that she mattered in the original lore. They just have to let go. They just have to not, just take the L. Boom, boom, different timeline. It's a training adventure, and that's it. There you go. There you go. Just move on without this shit. You can do it. Just move your ego out of the way. You can do it. That's the only way to fix this. But you gotta drop the ego about it. Because I've yet to see anyone like genuinely be like, this is sick. It's mostly like, this is ass, or I like the ideas, but the execution is shit. That's really the only two opinions I've seen about this. Alright, that was it. Good chat. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday, because my next physical therapy is on Tuesday, so Monday is definitely free. Wednesday might be in jeopardy. We'll see when it happens. Yeah, good chat. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you Monday. And have a good weekend. Alright? Alright, take care. Bye.